Hi, I'm Lisa Fisher. Do you sometimes avoid challenging conversations to keep the peace? And then when you do have a tough talk, it doesn't go as well as you would have liked? Well, you are not alone. This happens more often and for more people than you may think. You may have experienced that in the heat of the moment you freeze and you can't remember half of what you were going to say. Or you get frustrated and then you say something you regret. And then you end up disappointed both with the process of the conversation and with the outcome. And on top of that, it affects you physically. Maybe you find yourself shaking, or your stomach is in knots, or there's this pressure on your chest, or a lump in your throat. And then afterwards you have the situation on continuous replay in your head, and you're on edge all day, and it keeps you up at night. Now, why is that? So many people think it's because they're too sensitive and not confident enough. Or they just have a short fuse and they get too passionate. Or they need better communication skills. There may be some truth to some of that, but as a mediator, I have met a lot of people who are very assertive, eloquent, calm, think outside of the box, and they know all the fancy communication tools such as active listening and interest-based negotiation, and even they struggle. In my experience, when a challenging conversation doesn't go well, it's not because of some individual shortcoming. The fundamental reason is actually fairly obvious, but often discounted. Conflict, including the mere anticipation of conflict, is very stressful. And under stress, we automatically become less smart, less kind, and less creative. That's not a personality flaw, it's how we are wired as human beings. Our mind-body system registers potential conflict as a threat. And it defends against that threat by triggering the fight-flight response, which means blood gets rerouted from the higher level thinking parts of our brain to our arms and legs, so we can either fight or run away to stay safe. That worked really well in the early stages of the evolution of our species when we were dealing with saber-toothed tigers. And it still works well when we are physically attacked. But when we want to have a conversation about a touchy subject, and we don't want to lose a friend or lose our job, fast legs and strong arms may not be our most important asset. What we need in those moments is empathy and the ability to think rationally and to problem solve. But unfortunately, those are the things that go away when we're stressed. Does that mean that we are doomed because we're just wired that way? No. Fortunately, there are a lot of things we can do. The first order of business, again, fairly obvious but often discounted, is to manage your stress response, both before and in the moment of conflict. Because stress is something we do in and with the body, we can learn to do something different. And this is where embodied conflict coaching comes in. We would start with a simple posture adjustment based on how you personally respond under pressure. That alone makes a world of a difference in how you step up to a challenging conversation and how well it goes. And when you know how to keep your stress level in check and be your smart, kind, creative self, then it becomes much easier to address other things, such as a tendency to people please, or to lose your cool, or needing more communication skills. We'll work on that too. If you want to find out more, click below and pick a convenient time for us to talk. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.